The Green Bay Packers, they're struggling, Green Bay Packers, Colin. Two brutal losses. I mean, couldn't do anything against the Eagles. And they scored 13 points against the Carolina Panthers in a bad loss. So, yeah, if you're keeping track at home, that's 20 total points at home in the last 2 weeks. Here's Jordan Love talking about the offensive woes.
We're right there as an offense, and it just comes down to those small details that are, I think, holding us back. But, we have everything we need on offense. We got the right players. Obviously, we've got some injuries, but we still got the right mindset. We just got to find ways to focus more, hone in on those little details, and execute.
Yeah, I just think they can't run the ball. I don't think it's that, it seems to me they want to run the ball and they can't, and that's the beginning of the end to all their offensive issues.
So, in the NFL, basketball, every sport, we love to do the blame game, right?
Yeah.
Let me see your pie chart of the blame game for the Green Bay Packers. I know Micah Parsons is angry at you, so choose your words carefully. But, what's the problem here? This was a team 2 weeks in that everybody thought they're going to the show.
They can't run the ball. And so it's become a very Jordan Love-driven offense without Tucker Kraft, without Reed, with multiple injuries.
So why can't they run the ball?
Well, I think their offensive line has been disappointing. I think that interior line play has been bad. Banks, who they paid a fortune for from the Niners, has not been good at all. So they had a kind of a wonky, overpaid for an interior line position. It is not developed. The Bears went and bought Joe Thuney and Drew Dahlman and Jonah Jackson. Their interior O-line's been excellent. The Packers can't get the O-line right. So, when's the last time the Bears had the quarterback, the O-line, the pass pro, the run game better than Green Bay? So I think a lot of it is just O-line, lack of a run game, and injuries to Kraft and Reed, and it's a BB gun offense.
All right, buckle up, Packers Nation and NFL fans, because we need to have a real conversation about what's happening in Green Bay. And I'm seeing a lot of takes that are missing the forest for the trees. Let me be clear right from the jump. I will be making another video diving deep into Benjamin Orlowski's specific take, because his entire argument is a fascinating one. He's screaming for Jordan Love to just be more aggressive, to cut loose and let it rip down the field. And that's a conversation I am dying to have with you all, especially the Packers fans in the comments. Where do you stand? Is Love being too cautious, or is he just playing the hand he's been dealt? But today, I want to zero in on what Colin Cowherd is talking about, because frankly, there's a lot of truth in what he's saying. Now, before you come for me, hear me out. The core of his argument, that you need a run game, you need protection, and you need your pass catchers healthy, is a universal NFL truth. It's football 101. If your offensive line is a revolving door of injuries and your running game is non-existent, any quarterback, including Patrick Mahomes, is going to have struggles. Let's not pretend otherwise. But, and this is a massive but, I am here to draw a line in the sand. With the combination of Matt LaFleur, who I believe is an offensive genius, and Jordan Love, who has shown us flashes of superstar potential, this offense should not be this anemic. We should not be sitting here after a game against a team like the Carolina Panthers wondering how they only managed to scrape together a handful of points. It's unacceptable. The cold, hard truth is that the failure is a shared responsibility, and it's time we stop making excuses and start pointing fingers. On one hand, there are moments where the play is there. The receiver is wide open, and Jordan Love just misses. It's a brutal, drive-killing inaccuracy that we saw too often last season, and it's creeping back in. You can't blame the offensive line for an overthrow on a perfectly schemed play. On the other hand, and this is what makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes, there are times where Matt LaFleur's play calling is so painfully predictable that I'm convinced my grandma could call the defensive play for the Eagles. You can just see it coming a mile away. It's a run up the middle on first down, a short pass on second, and then a panicked third and long. The defense is sitting on every route. Now, to be fair to LaFleur, and I always try to be fair, we have to acknowledge his core philosophy. The man is a run-first coach to his very core. His entire offensive identity is built on establishing the run, using play action, and controlling the clock. The problem is, when you can't run the ball effectively, that entire foundation crumbles. And that, right now, is the central disruption to the Packers' offensive universe. Matt LaFleur is being forced to call a game that goes against his very DNA because the run game is broken. And here's the reality check everyone needs to hear. Matt LaFleur is still a young coach. He is still learning, growing, and evolving. We have this insane expectation that coaches should be fully formed gods from day one. Let me remind you, it took Andy Reid over a decade to become the versatile, unstoppable offensive mind we know today. It took Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan years of trial and error to build their systems. Just because LaFleur was a prodigy early on doesn't mean he doesn't have massive room for growth. He has to become more versatile and comfortable calling games outside of his ideal run-first script. The most frustrating part of all this? The plays are there. I said it in my last video and I'll scream it again. The Packers are leaving points on the field. The execution is flawed at the most critical moments. Let's break down the nightmare. The dropped passes. They are an absolute drive killer. It's crushing momentum and killing this team's soul. The misconnection with Josh Jacobs on what should have been a simple screenplay. That's a potential huge gain that just evaporates. The missed throws that Troy Aikman pointed out. The ones where you see Matt LaFleur on the sideline looking like he's about to spontaneously combust. This is the razor-thin margin of error in the modern NFL, people. You hit just a couple of those plays, and the difference between scoring 24 points and scoring 7 points is astronomical. It's literally that simple. A couple of plays. Look at the Eagles. What did they do? They made their 1 or 2 great plays. Saquon Barkley's insane spin move for a touchdown, and then the perfect pass to Devontae Smith. Boom. That's the ball game. That's it. That's all it takes. So you cannot just sit here and make the lazy argument, oh, what do you want Jordan Love to do? The O-line is injured. The receivers are young. No, that is a cop-out. That explains why this team isn't a well-oiled, unstoppable machine. But it does not excuse the fact that the opportunities for success are clearly present and being squandered. This is exactly what Jordan Love himself pinpointed when he said they have everything on offense, but small details are holding them back. He is 100% correct. The blueprint is there, the talent is there, but the precision, the focus, the execution in the clutch, that is what's missing. Now, could this team reach its full sky-high potential without a healthy O-line and a reliable run game? Probably not. But does that mean they can't win games right now? Absolutely not. It doesn't mean they can't make a playoff run. The potential is still clearly, visibly there, bubbling under the surface, waiting to be unlocked. The question is, who's going to unlock it? Is it LaFleur adapting his scheme? Is it Love making the throws when they count? Is it the receivers making the routine catches? I want to hear from you. This is where the real debate begins. Who deserves more blame for the offensive struggles? Jordan Love's accuracy or Matt LaFleur's play calling? Is Benjamin Orlowski right? Does Jordan Love need to be more aggressive and let it rip, even behind a shaky line? Are we being too patient with Matt LaFleur? Or is it fair to give a young coach time to evolve? What's the one thing this offense needs to fix first to start scoring points? I want your honest, unfiltered opinions in the comments below. Let's fight about it. Let's debate this passionately. I read every single comment, and this is the kind of hard-hitting discussion that makes this community so great. If you appreciate this kind of in-depth, no-excuses analysis, then do me a huge favor. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're building something special here for fans who want to talk about the real X's and O's, not just the surface-level headlines. This is how we break down the game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the comments.